Hey guys, Mike here. It is Monday evening. I was trying to shoot this video this morning and work just, whatever, dude, got crazy. So, I didn't shoot on Saturday and Sunday. I was home. I actually spent a fair amount of time this weekend over at the Green Boheme. They had a couple of things that I wanted to attend. The first one that I wanted to attend was they had the last class meeting for the 30-day challenge that just finished. So, the reason why I wanted to go and show up was because I wanted to see, like who made it to the end, what kind of stuff, were they going through, and basically how did they look? I mean, were they all a wreck after eating raw for 30 days or what was up? So, I went down there. The class was great. Obviously, Brooke's classes, she always fills with information and stuff like that. So that was pretty good. The one thing that you got to be careful with, when you're down at the Green Boheme is it's kind of a different little atmosphere down there. I mean, if you just want to swing in for a couple of minutes, you may not be able to do that. The time frames down there are a little bit longer. So, my suggestion is just to chill, relax, go in there, and just, go for what you're going for. Don't try to hurry up, hurry in and hurry out, or else you're just going to end up getting frustrated. But the good thing is that, the payoff at the end of that class was fantastic. We were sitting around a table. There was probably about, I don't know, maybe 8 or so of us. We were talking about stuff, and then one lady had shared that she had been diabetic for 14 years. And just after 3 weeks of being completely raw, she was off of her medication. All of her sugar levels were down where they needed to be, and she was off of the medication. She was stoked about that. Also, her husband, I think it was her husband, was off of his high blood pressure medication. He was in a sales role. His sales had doubled. Like, all these things. I'm looking at this. I'm like, whoa. All the things that you see like on movies, and you're like, man, that's not for real. Those things are made up, or those guys are, the rare occasion. I was sitting here at a table of 8 people, and I mean, everybody looked pretty good. These two had pretty good stories. There was another woman there that had, she had MS and suffered from like a lot of pain, a lot of migraines and stuff like that. She was very minimal, if at any, taking care of the pain meds. Her migraines were completely gone. And, this lady, I mean, I was like staring at her. She would like glowed. She looked, I mean, she was absolutely beautiful. It was amazing. I don't know what she looked like before, but I mean, she just looked healthy. I mean, really like healthy and glowing. I was impressed with that. I'd like to be able to have that kind of vitality, because it was that kind of, it was the kind of glow, when you see people like that, you're like, man, there's like something that attracts you to them. It was something like that. It was really weird. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I had a good time. It was good to see that, and I'm hoping that, the group of challenges are going to go through with me and everybody else this time around. I hopefully have some good stories to share as well. What was interesting, though, I had a couple of hours of just raw, so I would have been all good to go. But on Saturday, it started to rain. Really the first decent rain. It got cold and stuff like that, like good, like sweater weather, right? I wanted to grab my hoodie and my beanie and stuff like that. But then I started thinking, man, it sounds really good right now, some soup. And then I kept on thinking about it all day, running errands, soup. So basically, I was like, I'm not going to deny myself. I mean, anything like this, I don't necessarily know if I'm set out to be a 100% raw vegan 100% of the time. And I'm not going to really beat myself up about it if I'm not. So, I wanted soup. I went to Whole Foods and I got some soup. Got myself some nice clam chowder. Got myself, a little roll of like a little sourdough loaf kind of a deal. And, that night I had some clam chowder and some sourdough bread. And let me tell you, it was fantastic. It was, it's like you think about these things and you think about these things, and they usually are never as good as you build them up in your mind. This was not that. This was great. Really enjoyed the soup. But, I mean, it wasn't the big deal. I mean, worlds didn't collide. I didn't have some screaming fit where I had to run to the bathroom and have, like some spastic diarrhea or something like that. It was just, it was what it was. It was warm soup on a cold day, and it really hit the spot. I liked it. I enjoyed it, and I'll probably do it again. So, the takeaway that I had from that is, that this whole process of becoming raw or being a vegan or a vegetarian or, whatever this thing turns out to be, it's got to be flexible, and it's going to be all about progress and not perfection. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to go out and get double cheeseburgers because I want them. I mean, there's going to be cravings every once in a while. I know that those aren't good for me. I know that just in the short amount of time that I've been doing this, I feel better. But if I want soup, I'm going to eat soup. Thanksgiving is coming up. Thanksgiving's going to be here in a couple of weeks, and I got my family all signed up to go do the the Run to Feed the Hungry. It's a local turkey trot that helps feed homeless people, which is fantastic. Going to go out and get a little bit of exercise. I'm probably going to be hungry on Thanksgiving. So am I going to eat turkey? I don't know. I'm not going to say that I'm not. I'm not going to say that I am. If I'm there and it looks good, I'm probably going to eat it. But if I eat it, I'm not going to sit down and eat 4 pounds of it. I'm probably going to sit down and have a nice big salad. I'm going to have some vegetables in front because I know that's what's keeping me going. I know that, like Brooks says, that's going to be the backbone. So you make the salad the meal, and then, if there's other stuff, then there's other stuff. I'm not really going to sweat it. So that was it. That was a pretty good realization because I was starting to freak out like, oh, I've got to eat this meal. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And the fact is that you don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for a specific reason. I mean, I'm noticing increases in energy and stuff like that, but, I'm pretty, I'm okay with it. So, there's probably going to be a bunch of raw foodists out there that are calling me a pansy or whatever, but, I don't even care. It's not about that. It's about, at least for me, it's about becoming healthier. It's about having more energy and being more vibrant so that I can be more present for my family, for my wife and my daughter and my clients, and just being able to perform at a higher level. And I'm pretty cool with that, okay? Now, a couple of things before I sign off, a couple of things that I'm noticing. First thing, energy levels are up. I had a pretty gnarly headache the last couple of days. It just would come, stay for a couple hours, and go away. I tried not to take any aspirin or anything else like that to try to cover it. I was like, look, if it's here, it's probably me detoxing, probably some toxins or something like that coming out of my system. So you know what? I'm a bit of a masochist that way, I guess. It's like I put it in my body, I should suck it up while it comes out of my body. So, had a headache a couple of days, but not too bad. I mean, we're on day 7, I think it is. Energy level is good. It's up. I'm looking forward to going running in the morning. And, another thing that I'm noticing, too, is that the smoothies that I've been making, my green smoothies for the midday, I use kind of a similar recipe, but I'm noticing that they're tasting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. So I think what's happening is like my taste buds are starting to change a little bit. Maybe I'm not quite jonesing for so much sweet, which is good because then you can kind of pack a little more greens in there, or basically make less. Because what I've been doing is I've been making my 32-ounce smoothie, and I leave about 8 ounces in the jar just because I can't drink it anymore. It's like, ugh. Anyway, so this is Mike. It's Monday, November 7th, day 7. All right, peace. We'll talk to you later.